I just wanted to kind of share the importance of community gardens, school gardens, us gardening more in our communities. Earlier, as we listened to the keynote speaker from the Green Communities Conference, we talked about like heat index and how, you know, when places are vacant, when it's just concrete or rubble or whatever it is, the heat index in that area is going to be way more higher. So that's something that we can incorporate when we're teaching the community about gardening, is that they can take these small spaces in their backyards and start building out these gardens, being able to educate them that it doesn't take $5,000 to start a small backyard garden, but the temperature in their backyard as they continue to grow some of these fruit trees, maybe they have a smaller backyard so they have to do arches where they can grow some sugar baby watermelons on it or cucumbers or whatever it may be. The ambient temperature in that area is going to start cooling and it's going to be more enjoyable to be outside. I remember doing with the Waco Family Medicine, the community gathering space. It was about 19 beds and it was a good sized community garden, but people would come and visit it and I'd be out there maintaining the garden or watering and they're like, April, there's stuff growing in here that isn't growing at my house. And I'm like, well, we have a lot of variety in this garden. We companion plant. We have we let residents and schools come in and kind of experiment and grow different things. So like I said, the ambient temperature in that area was cooler. It kind of created like a microclimate. So things were able to grow a little bit less stressed. They weren't as stressed because the temperatures weren't as high. And then, even the parking lot was further off from the clinic, but that space, you could come sit in the garden and enjoy, tasting little tomatoes or different herbs from the garden. And so if we can get more residents to know, like, hey, that backyard space that you have, you might have your big swing set out there, but how on that other space it's just empty, start putting in some gardens to be able to help alleviate some of just that bare ground and that heat absorption into that area, and having it more feasible where you can actually grow some things and enjoy your spaces. And then if schools could start doing that, if every school had a school garden, that would allow kids to actually be outside and enjoy it and not be like, it's so hot out here. So the bigger the garden is, the bigger these green spaces are, where it's not just like a tar playground or like I said, the little pebbles or whatever. If schools can start adding in more of like the outdoor learning environments and just gardens for kids to be able to come harvest from and pick from and touch and smell and feel, that's going to make these outdoor spaces more inviting. So churches could do the same thing. Churches having community gardens and spaces where their clergy can come and grow some things and learn. If you have these big vacant areas, so if you multiply that, if you replicate that, and we have different areas, like let's say even here in Waco, that people are growing on, that is going to help contribute to spaces and areas that are more inviting. And we want people more outside. We want people enjoying nature. So we need to create these spaces for them to actually do that in. It actually literally will lower the temperature of that. If you have like if you were to test it, you have a bare concrete area, and then you hover over, a garden space, a community garden area. The temperature difference in there, I would say, maybe 30-40 degrees lower than that temperature of that parking lot, that bare space, that empty lot. So yeah, all the empty lots, I say we need to figure out, talk to our city officials, let's get some community gardens growing in those and have them as a beautification to our community, and it cools off our city.